All right, we are back with our top five on not only Kanye West, but also Jay Z. In our last episode, we broke down the Watch the Throne album, the time frame, the era, and now we're going to talk about what we enjoy about these artists. Which, when it comes to Kanye, we mentioned on that episode, our fandom kind of stopped at a specific point, and even though he has a new album out, I do not plan on attempting to listen to it. So
Yeah, and like I said, I attempted to just like check it out. Obviously Kanye has uh made lots of statements in the last 10 or 11 years that I do not agree with whatsoever. And as a result of that and just the quality of his music declining, I have stopped listening to his music. Certainly I've stopped listening to his newer music. I mean, the older
yeah,
music has emotional resonance for me, and I just feel like, you know, I was going to bring some Michael stuff into it as a comparison, but I'm not going to. It just feels like it was a different person that made
sure,
those records.
sure.
Um, and I'm not going to, the shit he's done in the last few years is not going to fully remove my enjoyment and my relationship with those pieces of music. But, the music got bad. He turned into a bad character. So, Kanye, I think, unless he really surprises me and pulls like some shit out of his ass, is very much past tense for me.
Let's talk about Jay Z first,
All right.
because on the episode I mentioned that I like the Black Album better than the Blueprint these in now, and in these recent listens, as those albums are they're older, they're over 20
The
years
20
old.
years, I don't even want to think about that, man.
But I wanted to get your point of view, because this is a classic hip hop fan conversation. What is the better album in your opinion?
I'm with you, actually. Like the Blueprint is a great record, and I think it's really like from Reasonable Doubt, it's like the first Jay Z album since then that is consistent, like from beginning to end. Like there's not one song on Blueprint where you're like, oh my god, I need to run to the skip button and press it. The Black Album just feels like more complete.
Yeah.
I think the production, I don't know if the production's bad. It just has like more like aha moments for me, more wow moments. So if I'm gonna go to one Jay Z album, it's gonna be the Black Album.
This doesn't get talked about a ton, but I also like his edge in the Black Album better, because he was of the mentality of like, I'm going to go away and y'all are really gonna miss me.
So I'm gonna leave y'all with something.
I'm gonna leave y'all with something to remind you of who's one of the best to do it. Now, we has he even gone into depths about why he thought, or why he called it a retirement? Everyone knew he was gonna come back. He was so young. He was at the height of his stardom. It felt like a marketing gimmick, but sometimes, and you see this with athletes sometimes they just need to take some time off, and kind of get their minds right again.
Maybe, I mean, he didn't really, um, because he was still like touring and being on other people's records and stuff like that. But Jay Z kind of was one of those people who was threatening retirement from day one.
Yeah.
Like even on like In My Lifetime Volume One, he was like, "I'm making two more records and I'm out," and that didn't happen. So when you cry wolf a bunch of times, eventually people are going to stop believing you. So I don't know if anybody really believed that he was going to retire after the Black Album. Um, but who knows what his motivation was? Maybe he was tired. Maybe he, wanted to try to do something different. I don't know.
You know what I also wonder about? So he's coming up in the game. Reasonable Doubt comes out in 96. And like the Tupac and Biggie stuff happens right
Right after,
away.
yeah.
Yeah. So he has this like thought of, here are the two biggest celebrities in the game, and they're both targeted and they are both shot. And I always wondered about the mentality of that. Now we know Puff Daddy decided, well, I'm going to take what happened and I'm going to blow it up and take advantage of it and lean into it. But I do wonder if some folks were like, man, if I become bigger than life like those guys, am I the target? And I always wondered about Jay-Z because he became very famous. Now, he would always mention his relationship with BIG. He's very clearly that he looked up to BIG.
Yeah.
But it's also clear that because BIG passed away after his second album, that I think Jay-Z probably realized at some point that he kind of advanced beyond BI because of how many albums he was deep in the game.
Right.
But he kind of became what Tupac and Biggie were in 96 and 97. Like Jay-Z became that in like 98 through 2003 or whatever. Like I
Yeah.
wonder if he ever thought about that, of him possibly being a target in that way.
I mean, I think Jay-Z, like knowing the music industry, I think Jay-Z always kind of felt like a target, but Jay-Z also came from a life where he was a target.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it necessarily made a whole lot of difference to him. Um, I would love for there to be for Jay-Z to like really like write like a memoir. And I know that the whatever the book is, Decoded,
Mhm.
that book exists. And I think it sheds some insight. It's a good book, but just in terms of like frame of mind, being in the industry, and being the person that people were trying to like knock a couple of pegs down, because he was the most successful. I mean, Eminem was the most successful rapper in the game. He was the most successful non-white rapper in the game. um so just to wonder what his like mindset was through all of that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And I also feel like you go through the whole like recording, touring, like that whole thing, like after a while he probably got bored.
And he was in a relationship as well. So,
Right. Right.
he probably did want to focus on that somewhat.
Right.
Okay, so let's play a game here. We let's rock with it or stop with it.
You
Now,
prepared me for this.
well, these are all songs that, are either kind of famous or songs that I enjoy, but I don't know what you would think about them or how they may have even aged for you.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the first one, Money Ain't a Thing, Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri.
I mean, rock with it. It's a fun song.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's completely of the time frame of 1998. Like it
Yeah.
fits perfectly in 1998.
Is very much like a kind of jiggy, flashy hip hop song. You know, this is the time that Jermaine was like, "Well, if Puffy can do this, why can't I do this?"
Yeah.
And having Jay on the record was a good look. And I think also for Jay being on a record with Jermaine Dupri and reaching that like pop audience was a good look for him too.
Big Pimpin'.
Ah, man, that's hard. Because lyrically, I'm not on board with some of the lyrical content. But
One of the easiest songs of his to sing, at least hook wise. Like
yeah,
people very much remember that
yeah.
hook.
And I mean, kudos to him first of all for putting UGK on the record, because this was very much back in the day when hip hop was super regional and nobody in New York was really messing with UGK like that. And I don't know if people in Texas were really messing with Jay Z, so it was a really good like cross cultural, kind of experiment. Timbaland's beat is dope, and it's super catchy. But when you're a 50-year-old and you listen to some of those lyrics, if you don't cringe a little bit, you're not doing it right.
Pharrell Williams, I Just Want to Love You.
Another fun record, and it's quotable, um, but very much of the moment. I mean, I rock with that song.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. Another Pharrell on the hook song, Excuse Me, Miss?
I mean, that song is fine. It's one of like it's average. There's actually a remix of that song on the Bad Boys 2
Bad Boys 2
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Okay. That remix is hotter than the original.
I like some of the lines in Excuse Me, Miss. There is a line where he says, "Before I jump out the window, what's your name?" Is he making fun of one of our guys in that song?
Ooh.
Um, uh, Eric Sermon.
Eric Sermon? Really?
Because
Because Eric,
remember,
yeah, I remember
he
that.
he got chased out of the apartment or the house of somebody. He was sleeping with somebody's lady, and he had to jump off the off the roof of the building or something. I remember the story being.
I remember that story too. I mean, it could be.
I always correlated those two things together. I was like, I wonder if he's making fun of him. Okay, what about the Rock Boys?
That's a fun song. That's a fun song. Like the whole American Gangster album, I think is actually pretty solid. Like one of his better, like later albums. Um, like I feel like if you give Jay Z like a mission, you give him a theme, and like, hey, do this thing, he's gonna do it. So Rock Boys is also like very celebratory, very fun.
What about Death of the Auto Tune?
Man, that didn't age well. um, again, like I said earlier, like there's lazy Jay Z, and then there's like on point Jay Z, and I feel like this is on point Jay Z.
I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested if you even remember what this song is.
Oh
Already
boy.
Home. I didn't think you would remember this one.
Is that on Blueprint 3?
Yeah.
Is that the song with J. Cole?
No, isn't that one called like A Star Is Born or
Oh,
something?
right. Already Home. I don't remember that song.
Let me do some looking up here. I love the hook on this song.
Wow. I'm
But
gonna have to go back and
I didn't put it in my top 5, but
okay.
Blueprint 3, as we said in our 50 for 50 episode, it is just it's kind of like a poppy record, so it's all the album's all about hooks and stuff. Um, let me find it. Blueprint 3, it's with Kid Cudi.
I do not remember that song at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, all right. Do I go one more? Should we go one more? Okay, what about on to the next one?
Hmm.
Same album, same idea, just a memorable hook.
The beat is kind of cool.
Swiss
That's
Beats.
yeah. I mean, it's an okay song.
Okay, let's get to our top 5.
All right,
Do you wanna go first in your Jay-Z top 5 here?
man. This broke my brain.
It was hard.
By the way, like my top five Kanye kind of came out pretty quickly. My top five Jay Z, I'm picking from like 20 songs.
Yeah.
um, and I'm actually going to move one song off of the list.
Well, actually, let me stop you here for a second.
Okay,
Did you put any Watch the Throne songs on your top 5?
I did, and then I took it out.
Okay, because I eliminated them too. Because I was like, I just want to do it mostly off of the other albums.
There is a Jay Z song on my Kanye list, but it's not from Watch the Throne.
Okay, that's fine. That works.
Um, my number five is Meet the Parents from Blueprint 2.
Oh, I remember that song.
Yeah, just lyrically, it is so smart. And it's one of those things like I love when a song has a story. It's like Stand by Eminem. Like one of those songs where like you listen to the lyrics and it just kind of like pulls you into a story. Like Meet the Parents is really like the one of the few times that Jay-Z has been able to do that for me.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
And I did listen to Blueprint 2, all of it.
Ooh,
Yeah. It's a long
damn.
one. That's a long album.
Good for you.
Um, my number 5 is Brooklyn's Finest with Jay and Big. That when you go back in time and you kind of think about Like those like Biggie is so comfortable on that album. Like Biggie is goofing. He's
If Faye
like
has twins, he'll probably have Tupac's.
exactly like he's not like he's just being very humorous and joking personality and just like cool. And you could tell Jay-Z's almost like I'm trying to keep up with this dude, and this dude's just like messing around and
Yeah.
he's still dope, like that whole thing. I just love the time and place of where both of those guys are on this song.
Yeah, I mean, it's Biggie at kind of like the top of his game, and Jay Z kind of this is his first record, right? So
Yeah.
he's trying to match with the king.
And he's
Um,
hungry as all hell.
yeah, it was really funny is that Jay Z's 3 years older than Biggie is.
I know. All right, what's your number 4?
My number four is my number four was American Gangster. It's actually
Oh,
the title track from that album. And I don't know, man. Like the movie is kind of dark, and the
yeah.
subject matter of the movie is kind of dark. But there are a couple of songs on the album, like Rock Boys and like American Gangster, which is actually the last song on the album, which are like very celebratory.
Mhm.
And American Gangster to me is just like I think it's also like a Curtis Mayfield sample that's sped up. It might be a Kanye production, but it's just like such a party song, such like a triumphant kind of song. Um, so that was my number four.
My number 4 is a song from Life and Times, actually.
Okay,
So Ghetto.
that's such a dope song.
That's my favorite song on the album. And you know what I think about on songs like So Ghetto? Because like you said, or like we talked about, like there's a certain Jay-Z where he kind of knows maybe better than any hip hop artist. He understands that you can't only make songs for one part of your audience. Like you
Right,
need to stretch it out. And in some cases, some albums are stretched out way too much on one side and not enough on the other. But then he puts a song on like So Ghetto and you're like, how does this fit on the rest of this album? You know? And I always go back to that line on the Black Album song where he was talking about he always wanted to rhyme like Talib Kweli and
truth be
and
told, yeah. Tell the right to be miracles, tell it quality, some common sense. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So, like, that is a very truthful thing for him to point out because he's like, I can do this, something like, So Ghetto, but at the same time, where the money comes in is on some of the other stuff that's going to get played on the radio. So, like, it's kind of like a decision that artists have to make. And then when you're as famous as him, then it becomes an expectation and he's got to balance those things out. But I always love because if every song on volume 3 was like So Ghetto, it would have been the greatest album. But then they wanted, he was an artist that needed to sell records, and so he's going to go a different way with a lot of that. So he's going to have Mariah Carey on a song,
Right,
like that's the thing. So,
right.
all
Yeah,
right,
man.
what's number 3?
So my number three was your number five. So Brooklyn's Finest is my number three, and it's just again like two dudes, top of their game. And I really loved the way you described it because I never even really thought of that. Where like Jay sounds hungry on the whole record,
Mm-hmm.
Biggie sounds like he smoked a blunt. And he's just sitting back chilling.
He's just goofing.
Yeah, he's like
But that's
I
what makes the album. That's what makes the song fun. Are the Biggie verses though?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's not even like it's like they're playing ping pong, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not even like Jay does a verse, Big does a verse. Like they're jumping back and forth, like finishing each other's lines and all that stuff. So I just love that collaboration. And it's just like a real snapshot of New York City in 1996.
Okay, my number 3 is from Rock La Familia, actually,
You're picking all the deep albums.
which is This Can't Be Life because of the Scarface rhyme at the end, and I guess that was like a real story where somebody he knew, their child had passed away like right before he was recording the verse, and so you hear like the real reaction to that moment on that song. And I always just thought, man, like again, this song stands out in such a way because Rock La Familia album is nothing like this. This
Right.
is a serious, heartfelt song, and so that song stands out on that album, I think.
I mean, Jay-Z and Scarface have done a couple of great songs together. Um, And I have a ton of respect for Scarface and the Ghetto Boys, but I'm not like a big Scarface and Ghetto Boys fan.
Yeah, me
But
same with me.
yeah, those two together, between that and like Guess Who's Back, there's Somehow Some Way, which is on Blueprint too. Like they've made a bunch of good records together.
Mhm, mhm. Alright, what's your number 2?
My number two, actually, my both my number one and my number two are from the Black Album, which cements me appreciating the Black Album more than I like Blueprint. My number two is Lucifer, and
Oh, wow.
again, it's kind of like a story. The last verse in particular is like a story, and Jay Z said it was a true story about a boy of his that got killed. The beat, this is Kanye. The beat is so un-Kanye like. Like you think of Kanye beats, you're like soulful and kind of like peppy or whatever. Like this beat is muddy, like it's distorted, like the mix is weird, and you think of Jay Z being like such a precise MC, but Jay Z is like rhyming into the chorus. He's finishing his bars at like weird spots. Like he's just rolling, and like if you think of the the legend that Jay doesn't write his own rhymes down. This might be evidence that Jay Z doesn't, because it's not like linear. It's not like 16 bars chorus. It's not 16 bars chorus. He's just kind of like flowing, and it doesn't matter where. But just like it's a very like dark track, and lyrically it's also kind of dark. But it's just like Jay Z's in the pocket.
Please don't tell me "Justify My Thug" is number 1.
Ooh, Jesus, that is. I mean, that was a bad look.
It's an interesting idea, though,
Hmm.
to the Madonna song from when we were kids,
Yeah,
right? Like, that was like I'm sure he probably was I mean, he's a little bit older than us, but he would have probably seen that Madonna song and been very intrigued about, like, the video and, that movie that she had put out, of her tour or whatever, like,
yeah.
so
I mean, like everybody else. Shout out to Lenny Kravitz who wrote "Justify My Love."
No way, I didn't
Um,
know that.
yeah, or produced it rather. And then Jay and Lenny would go on to collaborate later on.
So, I don't have any Black Album songs in my top 5, and I
Interesting.
I think it's because I like to listen to that album very cohesively, like, just from start to finish, because I think that album fits well, but the songs that probably would have been on a longer list, I like the public service announcement.
Public service announcement is so dope.
Yeah.
I almost put that in my top five, but I
Yeah,
didn't want to
that
like
that would have been
overload
the
it with Black
one.
Album stuff. Yeah,
Okay, number 2 for me is, "Heart of the City" from Blueprint.
great song. Great
Th
song.
there there are some lines in there that, people will still repeat, uh, and again, it's really a song where he's just like, "Why am I being criticized for all this stuff?" He's like it's a very, like
What you eat don't make me shit.
yeah, uh, I get heat like the oven door
Pack heat
and
like the oven door.
yeah, the
Yeah,
pack heat
yeah,
like I'm the oven. Like, there's just some really fun things that he raps about, and plus, of course, the music that they use is amazing, so
yeah. The unplugged version of that is great. I mean, Jaguar Wright done lost their fucking mind, but the unplugged version of that with the root, like that whole unplugged album, I think is really really good.
I mean, it's kind of it probably doesn't necessarily count, but that is, like, my favorite Jay-Z album is that Unplugged album.
It's so dope.
Alright, what's your number 1?
My number one is 99 Problems. I just remember the first time I heard that song, I was like, "Whoa, this is Jay on some like old school Run DMC LL Cool J shit."
Yep.
But he rides that beat so well. Um, I Rick Rubin kind of went back in his hip hop bag, and like Jay understood the assignment.
Mhm.
So 99 Problems just to me like is and it's one of his biggest songs. And I generally think Jay-Z's like quote unquote hit records are okay, but not great. This is a case where like it was a hit record. The video was fucking amazing. Like everything about it was just so dope.
He gives you a lesson in what cops are allowed to do as well.
Yes, yes. Jay Z was dropping legal knowledge.
My number one song is The Watcher Part 2.
Wow,
Dr. Dre,
wow.
Jay-Z, and of course, Rakim
Rakim.
brings it home. I, like that song right there told me at that time, if Rakim had some people behind him, he could still put another classic album out. But he didn't
Right.
ever. I don't know why he never had that.
I
Like,
mean, like Rakim was signed to Aftermath for a while. It, excuse me, allegedly did an entire record with Dre, but I think Dre was trying to get Rakim to like rap about some gangster shit, and Rakim was like, "I'm not about that. Like, I want to rhyme," and it just like the marriage just didn't work. But Rakim, Rakim has always been kind of like torpedoed by his production.
yeah,
So I mean, on one hand, it's sad that that album never came to fruition. Um, on the other hand, like I don't want to hear Rakim being ignorant anyway.
yeah,
So it's just we'll never hear that. But yeah, man, if you give that dude a beat, even on that the addictive song, like
mm-hmm,
his flow is so dope on that song.
mm-hmm,
Like he still had it. He just couldn't find anybody to, and you know what? He probably still does. Like you think about, the Common and Pete Rock album that came out like last year, the year before, the Nas and Primo album, like all that stuff. Like a lot of these old school rappers just need to get with a producer who understands them, and they still have a dope record in them.
yeah, yeah. Did you read the Rakim book?
I did. I might still have it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's move over to Kanye here.
Okay.
And my question to you is, what is his best album?
To me, it's College Dropout.
Okay.
Um, I think Late Registration's a really, really good album. I think Graduation's a really, really good album. But College Dropout, almost like top to bottom, is just like so good.
It is I mean there were some there's some Bernie Mac on that album.
Oh, see, but
Is that Bernie Mac?
you gotta take the skits out.
There's there's a workout plan in there.
See, I love that song. I love that song.
No, it's classic. I mean, as much as you can make a classic hip hop album post, you know, 2000s or whatever, it's
Yeah,
classic. And I like Late Registration more because it feels like, and it's kind of like your tempo. Like it feels more polished to me. It
yeah.
feels like he did College Dropout and he's like, "Okay, I'm a little bit more famous now. I have a few more friends.
I have resources.
I have resources. I've learned a few things, and then I'm going to use that for the next album." And
Yeah,
that's what I liked about Late Registration. But they're both really good.
yeah.
And like you said, Graduation's good too. But I would put that third for me. All right, let's do the same thing. Rock with it, stop with it for Kanye West. Um, this is a little bit of a shorter list, so we'll go through this one quickly. Jesus Walks.
Rock with it. I mean, I haven't listened to that song in a really, really long time for a variety of reasons,
Yeah,
but I also still know every single word to that song.
it is amazing that that song was able to come out as a hip hop song.
And be a hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
yeah.
Good Life.
That's on my
Sam,
list.
okay, okay, good.
Yeah.
You're rocking with it.
Yeah.
Sampling the PYT.
Yes.
Barry Bonds.
I rock with it. It's not like top tier Kanye for me.
Yeah,
But it's a fun song.
it's
That's
like
got Lil
maybe
Wayne on it, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
maybe my favorite simplistic hook of all time. Here's another hit, Barry
Barry Bonds.
Bonds. Always got a kick out of it. Big Brother. We talked about this in the Watch the Throne episode. I
It's fine. Um, Kanye. Like, I'm not going to criticize Kanye for being in his feelings because that's why I like Kanye.
Yeah.
Um, you know, uh, I don't know. That song has always been kind of weird to me. I get what he was trying to do.
I did like how he was able to use Big Brother and Big's
Big's brother.
brother
Yeah.
in the thing. Like, I thought it was very well done, but it was also that little bit of the corniness that we talked about that we liked about him. Like,
Yeah.
no macho dude is gonna put those things together in that song, but
Right.
that's why
But
he
that's
was different.
Kanye's hook was always that he was not that macho dude. And like one thing that really stuck with me from early on, this is probably around the time Late Registration came out. Like, I remember him doing an interview on MTV, and he was talking about a relative of his who was gay. And he was like, "Yo, that's my cousin. I love him." And I was like, this is the first time in this is 2005. So I'm 29 years old at the time. In 29 years of life, in 25 years as a hip hop fan, that I have ever heard not just another rapper, but another black man go on TV and say something positive about gay people ever.
Mhm.
So that is the Kanye that I know and love.
Which
Um,
makes this current version of Kanye so
just
much even more disappointing.
yeah, blame it on Kim. That's actually I shouldn't say that because that's a joke,
Yeah.
sort of. Uh,
Okay. Last one, 2 more.
all right.
We talked about 808s. Welcome to Heartbreak.
I really, really liked that song. That might have been my favorite song off the album when I initially heard it. It's been such a long time since I've listened to it. Um, but it, I wasn't totally on board with like the auto tune stuff, and this is more rapping Kanye.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
that
kinda
was
like he's like talking through the whole thing.
yeah, that was probably my favorite song off the album.
I rock with it.
Yeah,
Alright, last one from Life of Pablo, No More Parties in LA.
I mean Kendrick. So that was also probably my favorite song on Life of Pablo, like that and Real Friends. Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean that's one of the songs where I was like, okay, this dude kind of still has it, maybe a little bit.
I like 30 Hours too. Is it called 30
Yeah,
Hours?
30 Hours, one with
30 Hours.
Andre. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that song too. Okay, let's get to our top 5 now.
yeah. Okay.
You went first last time, so I'll go first this time.
All right.
Even though I talked about how My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is not my favorite Kanye album, I do like the song So Appalled. It is, in some senses, it's like a masterclass of like a rap, putting a few guys on a song together and kind of getting the best out of them. I really like that, the way that sometimes those songs can happen.
Right.
And I think that's my favorite. It doesn't, because Jay-Z's on that song,
Hmm.
and it's not surprising that I would like a Jay-Z produced by Kanye West, thing. So, but yeah, that was I think that's my favorite song on that album. I did like Monster a lot, but because of the people involved, it kind of I just don't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing about Monster, but it's like, okay, then I only listen to Jay Z's verse,
Yes.
which isn't very good. So, we can scratch Monster entirely.
Yeah. All right, what's your
Uh,
number 5?
my number 5, same album actually, is All of the Lights.
Mhm.
Um, and I can't really explain why I like it as much as I do. I mean, it's got a great hook. Rihanna and Fergie and Cuddy and Elton John and there's like 8 million people on that song. Um, but it's one of those things where like, Kanye's kind of starting to take the heel turn and it's very paranoid. Um, but there's still like humanity in there. You can still like feel him in that song. Um, so yeah, I love that song.
It's very thematic and
Yeah.
anthem like.
And
Like,
yeah, it's very
you
anthemic.
mentioned the Church in the Wild as like being used in movies. Like, this song, you see it in trailers too. Like, just the way that it sounds.
Yeah.
It is really, it is really great in that way. Okay, my number 4, "Get 'Em High" from College Dropout.
RIP blackplanet.com.
It's,
Man.
it's just like that style, Quali, Common, the Jay-Z name drop both of those guys in
Yeah.
in the song from that we were talking about, but, uh and I get a kick out of Kanye trying to keep up with them, right?
Yeah.
Like, because, like, there is a little bit of a challenge there, like, those are 2, like, really thoughtful MCs, and so Kanye, you can hear him, like, trying to keep, like, it's like if you wanna get good at something, you might as well, like, try and beat the best, and
Right.
he's not gonna get there from that perspective, though he has a giant career by comparison, but you can hear it in the music, like, where he's just trying to catch up.
Well, it also kind of, goes back to what Jay said, right? Like, you think of everybody's verse on that song, and Kweli and Common can rhyme circles around Kanye, but they can't make records as good as Kanye.
Yep. Yep. Completely.
So yeah, and that was also like the period where Common had kind of fallen off in commercially anyway. And then him and Kanye made an album together, and it made Common bigger than he'd ever been before. So that's a little bit of Kanye kind of like paying it forward.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, what's next for you?
My number 4 is Hey Mama, from Late Registration. Um, and you know, when my grandmother died in 2019, that was the first song I played. Like it's just it comes from such like a again, it goes back to what I love about Kanye. It's just very emotional, very honest, and like there's a warmth to that song.
And we don't have to go super deep here, but, uh, dealing with the depression of that on 808s and Heartbreak with his mom dying, you can
Right.
circle back to this song to see how important she was to him.
Right. I mean, Donda was obviously still alive when Hey Mama came out.
Yeah, yeah, it was an
Yeah.
ode to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually my number 1.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
My number 3 is a very played out song, but I still love it. Um, Gold Digger.
I just thought of something.
You thought of doing karaoke of Gold Digger?
Yeah.
That was back in the day, man.
That was back in the day. Wow.
That song, I mean, you have Jamie Foxx impersonating Ray
Ray
Charles,
Charles.
for one.
Right.
Um, you just have, like, the cultural references to Tom Cruise and the white girls, and it's just, like, it is a snapshot of, like, 2005 for me,
Right.
but I think, that really, like, Kanye's really good on that song, and again, it's like that jokey, fun, like, in on the joke guy, but when you have Jamie Foxx doing a really good impersonation of Ray Charles, like, that's the icing on the cake.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's a great song. Um, man, it's as soon as you said, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, my number 3, and I think we talked about it maybe during like the real episode, is Good Life.
Yeah.
Or maybe at the beginning of this
Yeah, at the beginning of
episode.
the
Yeah,
rock with it or stop with
yeah,
it.
stop with it. Yeah. Um, I I like T Pain now.
Mhm,
I've come. I don't. I don't like his music necessarily, but T Pain is like a human being. Seems like a cool dude.
mhm.
So I mess with T Pain now. Back in the day, I was 100% on Team Death of Autotune.
Yep.
So I was not really messing with any T Pain records. So to have T Pain on a Kanye record, I was kind of like, but like it's so everything about it is so right. Like the
Mhm.
sample, the just the vibe of it. It's such
Yeah.
like a again like an upbeat, like positive, fun song.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when the back when, like, the heart, of the song is like a really good Michael Jackson
Jackson
song at the
song.
same
Yeah.
time. So,
Like the
alright,
beginning, I like the beginning of that song, like we always do about this. Like I that just like every time that song starts, it's like, yes.
okay, my number 2. Now this song isn't one that I would necessarily go back and listen to as much as some of these other ones, but I love what he did with this song, and it's All Falls Down. Trying to get Lauren on it, and Lauren's like, "Nah."
Lauren was being Lauren.
And then him getting someone to do the Lauren part and do it
Selena
very
Johnson. Yeah.
well to where people will, like, just thought it was Lauren.
Yeah.
And then going back to hear, like, you can find it on YouTube, I'm sure, to hear the actual live Lauren version from that Unplugged album
Yeah.
and to hear what he actually wanted to do, that was probably a blessing in disguise that Lauren said no, because the song is probably better fully produced rather than using a sample of a live vocal of
Mm.
Lauren's. And I just was like, this dude is creatively like on a different level than other people when it comes to the sampling stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. My number two was is Slow Jams, which was
Yeah, it's
the
a good
first
one.
time I heard Kanye rapping on a record.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's this weird mixture of people. Like it's Kanye and Twista and Jamie Foxx. And then like Aisha Tyler comes in and has like a little
Yeah.
spoken part in the middle. And it's
Yeah.
like, how did these four people get into a room together? But the Luther sample, the kind of the name drops of everybody like Twista's verse. I've been trying to master Twista's verse for 20 years.
Go
Yeah.
faster. I can't go that fast.
Fast. Um, got a light skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson, got a dark skinned friend, look like I was just like, all right, this dude is funny.
Yeah, this
Um,
is what we liked about him. This is
yeah,
like that song is really like right in the pocket of everything that you liked about Kanye West.
yeah, man.
All right, so I'm mine is number 1 is Hey Mama. So what's your
Right.
number 1?
So my number one, actually, it's funny because it's a Kanye song, and the reason it's number one doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Kanye. It's the Diamonds from Sierra Leone remix
Oh,
with Jay
the
Z,
remix.
where Jay Z basically comes in halfway through the song and bodies it.
That
Probably one
that
of Jay Z's best verses ever.
I mean, it's where I'm not a businessman. I'm a
I'm a
business
businessman.
man. Like that's one of the greatest lines in hip hop music ever.
Yep. And I think Jay Z was like, he was coming into a situation where like he had just kind of gotten like the presidency at Def Jam. People are like, "Yo, is this guy an executive? Like, what's going on here?" I mean, he retired to become an executive, sort of.
Yeah.
Um, but he was just like, in case y'all motherfuckers forgot, I can rap, and just like went off on that
So,
song.
and it's so smart to do a remix because the original version of that song is not great.
Right. The
He's
beat is amazing,
yes,
but
yes, the beat is
Kanye,
amazing,
yeah,
but,
yeah,
he has this line about someone was fat, so he called them minivan or something, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Okay, like,
yeah.
you need to go back into the boot," and then he did, and then you get that version of that song, which is
Right.
fantastic.
And like even Kanye's rhyming on the song is definitely improved from uh uh from the original version. Like, talking about, seeing a shorty armless, like blah blah blah, and like explaining the diamond trade in a lot of
Right,
ways. But Jay-Z just like Jay-Z came and was like,
and the story is that Kanye was like, "I know he's gonna do this, so I have to be really, really good on this song,"
right.
and then after he's done with his verse, he's like, "I'm so happy with this." And then he's like, and then Jay comes in and just kills my shit.
Yeah. 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 Not even a contest.
No, not even.
Yeah.
This was our longest top 5 because we talked about 2 guys.
Well, yeah.
And so, this is gonna be a fun week. I can't wait to read your review of the album, which you've probably written a version of this review like 3 times, I'm guessing.
I mean, it would be nice if I could just pull my opinions reviews back up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Also, it's just kind of like a comparison, like, how do I feel all these years later?
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah,
And like I mentioned on the 50 for 50 episode about Watch the Throne, it's Michael week is coming, so we're gonna do off the wall our top 5, and then we're gonna talk about the movie that drops. So you'll have 3 episodes, videos, podcasts from us. Make sure you click that subscribe button and go to 50for50.net if you miss anything. So that is it from here. For Mike, I am Double G. We will see you when we see you. Peace
Peace.
out.